We have advised a number of senior women in the city about sex discrimination or gender-related issues, and for some women, having conversations with their line managers about pay, promotions, bonuses, they can feel quite uncomfortable. These can be quite difficult and quite awkward conversations to be having. But if anything, the latest gender pay gap data that some employers are publishing shows that women need to be taking a proactive approach in this respect. It's important to get a few things straight. Unequal pay occurs when employees are within an organisation doing the same work or similar work, work of equal value or work that's been rated as equivalent, and are not being paid the same for doing so. Now, this will be illegal unless their employer can point to a genuine material factor that isn't related to the sex of the individuals in question as the reason why there is that pay disparity between them. The gender pay gap is another matter. So this relates to the difference in pay between men and women within an organisation, irrespective of their jobs. Now, currently, the gender pay gap in the UK across full-time and part-time employees is hovering at around 18%, which means in practice that where a British man earns £1, on average, a British woman is earning around 80p. Even if men and women are paid equally, a business can still report a gender pay gap. Now, there are a number of reasons for this, but the main contributing factors appear to be that there is a larger number of men than women working at senior management or board level, that women traditionally have taken more time away from the office than men to manage caring responsibilities, for example, upon having children. Also the fact that women are more likely than men to work on a part-time basis or to work flexibly, and also the fact that some reports are indicating men are statistically more likely than women to ask for and therefore obviously receive pay rises, promotions and bonuses. There's been a lot in the press recently about gender pay gap reporting and what this information means for employees in practice. However, it's important to recognise the nuances of the information that employers are publishing and to appreciate that unequal pay and the gender pay gap are two different things. If you have any concerns about your employer's gender pay gap report, you may want to consider reading any narrative that your employer has prepared to accompany that report, because in those narratives we're finding that employers are seeking to contextualise any gender pay gap that they've identified and provide reasons why they have got a gender pay gap. Now, in most of the narratives out there, businesses are looking to identify the ways that they can improve their gender pay gap and they can seek to close it. Some have indicated that they intend to hire equal numbers of men and women going forward. Others have indicated that they want to promote the career progression of women, so they're looking to hire more women into senior management levels and onto board positions. Others have also indicated that they want to improve their equal opportunities policies and procedures, particularly around things like recruitment, bonuses, promotions, things like that. Further still, other employers have indicated that they're looking to encourage the take-up of shared parental leave. So where your employer is making these kind of pledges, these kind of business plans, make sure that you're holding them to account. You may also want to consider asking questions of your senior managers and HR. If, for example, you can see from your employer's data that women are being underrepresented at the senior levels within the business, you may want to ask why. And just from a personal perspective, you may want to understand that from the point of view of your own career trajectory. Is it because women are not being properly supported in their career progression through the business? Is it because they're being overlooked for promotion for some reason? Is it because you're operating in an industry where actually female hires are quite scarce? It may be that your employer is struggling with a limited female talent pool, or that women just aren't applying for these roles. And if that is the case, what is your employer going to do to address that imbalance? Another thing you may also like to do is compare your employer's gender pay gap data with that of industry competitors. If your employer's data is highlighting trends which aren't reflected in peer data, then you may want to ask why. It may also be worth having a discussion at the current time with your managers about that promotion or that pay rise or that bonus, using the current media focus to support any proposals that you're making in relation to your own career path. With the latest gender pay gap data out there now, it may be that we see an increase in employees submitting subject access requests or pay-related grievances as they try to better understand their employer's data or raise complaints about the same. It may be that we also see employees issuing potentially more equal pay claims and or sex discrimination claims, depending upon the facts, as women start to challenge the reasons why their employers are reporting such significant gaps. So the key message here is understanding your employer's data, their pay structure, and what it means for you is really important.